These cattle will adapt and eat about anything that has forage value. That's a locust tree right there, and she's using her tongue and navigating those thorns right there. This area right here is full of weeds, which is why I put the water tanks over here, so that they would stomp this down. But even though, you know, I'm kind of enticing them to come over here, these cattle are still grazing these weeds. So they're not just stomping them down into the ground and that's it. They're actually getting forage value from the weeds. There's a woman, I can't remember what her name is, but she talks about how to train cattle to eat weeds. And she actually said that a lot of these weeds, I apologize, I don't remember her name, but she said that a lot of these weeds actually have a higher protein value than the grass that we want them to eat. So if they can learn to eat these weeds, you know, as long as they're not going to be poisonous to the cattle, which, you know, I think they have a pretty good sense on what they can and can't eat. Just their natural instinct. But as long as these cattle can, you know, eat on these weeds and get protein out of them, then I'm okay with having a few weeds in the pasture. You know, they'll take care of them in time, and with this rotational grazing, it'll help reduce this weed population by, you know, concentrating these cattle a little bit tighter and, you know, them grazing these weeds a little harder. But they don't seem to mind it. You know, about every paddock I've put them in so far has had some weeds in it, and every time I put them in there, I always see the cattle grazing on them. You know, and when I pull them out, they do knock them down quite a bit. This area over here was full of weeds over here by these water tanks, and they knocked those down quite a bit. You remember seeing how many weeds was around here. They ate them, knocked them down. You know, not all of them, but a good amount of them. And I suspect them to do that to this area here. And that's one of the reasons why I choose not to spray my pasture. We're trying to kill things that actually our cattle are benefiting from. These weeds are extra forage, and when you kill them, you're just taking away added forage value from your pasture that these cows could be eating.